Hello and welcome to the Lovejoy Nation podcast. On today's episode, we'll be discussing the first gig of the One Simple tour that took place in Boston last night as of this recording, October 18th at Big Night Live. And it was the first time ever that Lovejoy had a VIP package. We'll be discussing how that worked for everyone with all the questions we had. In addition, we will be discussing the music video for Baptism, our sort of analysis and review of that. And to start things off, Dave has a brief news piece for us.
Yes, thanks. Hello. In a recent Reddit post, there was a question asked, will there be a CD version of the new One Simple Trick album? Ash replied, we have plans to release some more physical copies of the album in different formats in the near future. So there you go, folks. We will be getting more albums.
Nice. Now, do we think that means CD, cassette, or do we think they'll actually be pressing more albums? What are your thoughts?
I think yes to everything. I think
Oh,
more albums,
cool.
CD, possibly cassettes. They
And
might.
do you think there'll be extended versions or the same as the original?
I always thought, okay, it's a limited run of this. Are they going to drop the album again how it was supposed to be with Wasted Summer in?
Still don't think so.
I
I don't know.
know.
Wasted Summer might be on that scrapped sort of thing Wilbur alluded to on a Reddit post. An album of like all kinds of things that haven't been published before. That's my opinion, because I feel like this is their baby. This is the package they wanted to put together, the album, and to put Wasted Summer on it now doesn't make sense. And plus, they actually talked about Wasted Summer being on a single, right?
I don't remember. I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
You know what?
Yeah.
Are they going to release the single and then re-release the album with that single on it? That's my theory.
Yeah. I guess we just have to wait and see.
We
Lesley said,
just have to wait and see.
Yeah, we're good at waiting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, on to the VIP experience.
Yes, sounds good to me. So yes, we were all excited when we heard that this One Simple tour would include VIP packages, but then that, of course, that opened a whole slew of questions that we have. So we wanted to record this episode right away in an effort to answer a lot of those questions for people that are just thinking about it day and night, like Angie and I are. So this has been
Just
very
a little.
helpful. We had a friend of mine, Fallen Quartz on Instagram, that's her handle, attended the show last night, and she was gracious enough to provide lots of answers as I pestered her all night long on her phone while she's trying to enjoy the show. No, she before and after the show we spoke. So let's to start off.
I think we should preface this by saying that things may change. Each venue may have their own specific times or schedules. So this part that we're talking about here is what happened last night, October 18th in Boston. So please check your particular email for your particular venue to make sure that you have your times correct. So this is just Boston that we're talking about. Things could change. So
One point, yeah, experiences may vary.
Yes,
And I'm sure things will change as the tour goes along and they work out different things.
think this particular one is exactly the same for Toronto. I believe somebody's put that on. So,
That's
but
nice.
yeah, but it's exactly what you folks said. This is just purely going to depend on the venue.
our first question, did you receive communication such as email with the details of the VIP experience prior to the show date? What did the email say?
Okay, so my friend let me know and actually shared screenshots of her email that she received, let's see, Thursday afternoon, so a couple days before the show. She received an email with all the details of what the package included, as well as what time to check in. It said arrive at 5:30 to check in at the venue. It says that if you arrive late, the early entry and VIP experience will not be available. And it stated where to line up. It said second floor entrance of Big Night Live. A day or two later, she received a follow-up email that said, I would like to inform you that the timeline for tomorrow's VIP experience has been adjusted. Check-in will now begin at 5, and the meet and greet will start promptly at 5:30 p.m. So I guess they
Okay.
gave time for lining up and getting everyone situated and then going into the meet and greet itself.
Which
Yeah,
is
checked
probably a
in.
good idea. Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Mhm. So that's loosely 2 hours before doors open.
Believe so.
Yeah.
And again, as we'll keep saying, maybe it'll vary. I'm sure it'll vary by venue and as they
Yeah.
work out kinks and to see what works best for them.
Absolutely.
What time did you arrive at the venue? Were other VIP attendees already there?
She arrived around 2 p.m. and she says there were a few VIPs already there. Less than 5, I believe.
Yeah, I
Oh.
think she was 5th in line, is what she said to me.
Okay. Cool.
I asked her when they were actually let into the VIP experience with regard to when they were supposed to check in.
And it looks like around 5:10 they started to move to go in. So that's pretty good, I think.
Yeah, I'm guessing maybe everyone showed up on time and there was nothing that delayed them, which is good.
Nice.
Absolutely.
Can you describe how the VIP experience was set up? Were the band members all together for meet and greet, or were they spread out separately? Were people allowed to get autographs, give gifts? How were the pictures taken? Was the band shaking hands, giving hugs? Approximately how much time did you get with the band?
A lot of good stuff there. So they actually had the meet and greet happen in front of the stage, the center of the stage on the floor. The whole band was all together. You were allowed to bring gifts. Folks were allowed to bring things to have signed. There was no contact, as of course these guys need to worry about their health to last them through all these shows. Oftentimes they have night after night after night of shows.
Mm.
And this
Sure.
is just the start. So especially, I could imagine, strictly no hugs or touching for health concerns. You had about 2 or 3 minutes with the band, which is nice. And Elodie was taking the photos for you. So more power to Elodie for that. I'm sure there's a lot of Purell going around. But it sounded like a great opportunity, just like the right amount of time, Don't you say? It sounds
Yeah.
like to me.
Have
Shout
a
out
quick chat,
Elodie.
say hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What can't that girl do? She does everything.
Work every phone under the sun.
And I think Busta was on hand to make sure people didn't go over their allotted time to keep the process moving along. They
Well,
do have to keep to a
absolutely.
schedule. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, makes sense.
it. They've got X amount of time to fit X amount of people in. Don't expect to sit there for 15 minutes gassing.
No, they need someone to keep everything on time. And rather than having the band try to enforce that, you know what? He's a perfect guy for it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
makes
Don't
sense.
call him Busta for
Absolutely.
nothing.
Right? You go over the time, he busts your butt.
Yep.
Big question. Were you able to buy merch during the VIP experience?
Yes, you were able to buy merch early during the VIP event, which is so nice because we all know how long those merch lines can get. And
Absolutely.
sometimes you don't always want to go before the show because you want to get your spot and stay there. And if you wait till after the show, it's crazy. And sometimes things are sold out. So I think that is an amazing perk.
Absolutely. We all like that.
Yeah.
I was thinking, though, how we carry all this merch. But anyway, we'll get into the actual merch later.
Right.
Well, the merch included a tote bag. There's your answer. You have to buy a tote bag.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
that.
Or
That'll
a
help you out.
couple bags.
Yeah, absolutely. So the merch consisted of hoodie, couple of t-shirts, tote bag, pin badges.
Yeah, those enamel pins.
Mm.
It was the ghost from the new profile picture on Spotify and other places they've been using it. And the finger gun that Wilbur does behind his back in pay and display. Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to need
I'm
those.
not missing anything else, am I?
There's 2 t-shirts, a gray t-shirt,
Yeah.
a black t-shirt, and
Mhm.
a black hoodie.
Yeah, it looks
And
like
they're all amazing.
one of the t-shirts was like the obligatory tour date t-shirt. And I couldn't
Mhm.
zoom in on the picture well enough to see what the other one was, but it looked like it might have had the pay and display artwork on it. And I couldn't tell what was written underneath it, but it was cool. I'm going to need them both.
And it was nice to have a not black shirt too
Yes.
as an option.
Love that.
That's it. I showed my daughter this morning. She went, "You're going to buy the grey one, aren't you?" I went, "Yeah," because it's not a black.
Right.
You know,
It's nice to have
I
some
prefer
variety.
grey over black.
And the free merchandise item that VIP participants received, actually, I guess there was 2.
Yeah, you received a Lovejoy scarf, which looks pretty cool.
It looks so cool.
It wasn't what I was expecting, to be quite
No.
honest with you. I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting a scarf. And you also had an OST signed poster. So obviously they're already pre-signed, which I thought was quite smart.
I'm sure they sat in a room and just passed them off to each other.
Yes.
Sign.
Mm.
The scarf, that was a nicer piece of merch than I honestly thought that we would get for a free VIP merch item. Usually with these sort of things, it's like a keychain, or one time we got a little cooler lunch koozie bag, which is cool and we use it a lot, but an actual scarf, and it looks nice. Like, I think it's great. It's really cool.
It
Nice
has the
job.
Lovejoy logo, the new look for the wording, black background, white wording. I think it's cool to, like, especially me that I love to wear, I'm sure all of us love to wear Lovejoy merch out in public all the time whenever you can. So to have the word Lovejoy, like, boom, like across your chest as you're wearing your winter coat, I'm so excited for that.
They're
And plus
very
we're
nice.
doing the future shows when it gets chilly. We'll have our nice warm
Yeah, I
scarf.
never thought about that. Those November shows.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm expecting to see one hung up behind you in the coming weeks.
In the coming
Yeah, I think I'll have a
soons, yeah.
spare. Absolutely. I thought it was funny too because Dave with his I Love Rob scarf, you know.
I know.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot to put it up today, but yeah.
It's like you're onto something.
You're a trendsetter, Dave. We also asked about anvil cards. We were wondering what the outer pack of the anvil cards look like. And of course, we also wanted to know what the anvil cards themselves look like and how many there were in a pack.
Well, sadly, at this time, at time of recording, there were no anvil cards available to give out. So I heard from my friend that there was an iPad set up where you entered your name and address, and they were planning to mail you the cards once they're available. There's an issue with the printer, so there's a delay, and hopefully they'll get them shipped out to America whilst they're on tour. And so they won't have to do this for every show, because I'm sure that's a pain in the neck for them to do. But yeah. So we still have to wait a bit longer. Again, we're used to that in this fandom, to see what these cards look like and how many and all of that.
I can just see them in a couple of weeks' time on their day off, sat there licking envelopes.
I bet. I'm sure of it. But Will shouldn't, because if he cuts his tongue, that's not a good thing. Joe now too, because he sings. So
yeah, can't have that.
They both have to be careful.
And they'll throw Ash and Mark in the back rooms and have them do it.
Yeah.
They don't really have to say anything.
No. Ash should do all the licking.
Oh, no.
What the hell? All right.
Okay.
Get
Moving
it
on.
together, team. Okay.
After finishing the meet and greet, were you instructed to go back outside or wait? Or basically what happened after that?
It sounds like they were ushered off to the side of the stage because the meet and greet was actually happening in front of the stage. So they were just told to wait kind of off to the side to let the VIP experience finish. So they did not have to go back outside, which is nice. But then once the VIP experience finished, then it was kind of a free for all to claim your spot.
Right, which has us barricade nerds like a little bit worried about how that goes, because we, like a lot of you, we think about every single detail of how exactly this is going to work and what's it going to look like. And so we need to plan our move. And of course, every night is going to be different. So it'll be interesting to hear how it works going forward at different shows, this part of it. VIP experience ending and the moving to your spot afterwards. Dave doesn't seem too concerned.
No, he doesn't.
He'll just go wherever he goes and
he's chill.
make the best of it.
I think I'm not ashamed to say that it's probably an illness I have some sort of illness. You know what? I think I had a nightmare about this last night. And I'm not even kidding. I just remembered.
I was dreaming about all of this all night, and it kept waking me up. Yeah, for
Anyway.
real.
Oh my
But
God.
you know what? I bring a real little point and shoot that I researched to get the best one for concert photography. So, I mean, it's not just for being up close. It's also, I love taking pictures during the concert and trying to get cool shots to share with all of you. So there's method to my madness as well.
You do take really
But
good
it is good
pictures.
thank you. It is good to get different viewpoints, though. So over the course of the 3 shows, different angles and
Yeah,
distances.
right. And I'm
It's
5
fine.
feet 1 inch. So yeah, I can't see over anybody.
So
Vertically challenged, as my father would say. Lastly, I did make sure to ask how many people it seemed like were in the VIP part of this VIP experience. How many participants? How many VIPs? And the guesstimate was 60.
Okay.
So that's not bad.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's like not
Okay.
bad for a good turnout and not bad for having to slog through all those people, each having their turn in a timely manner. So that's cool.
Nice. Sounds like a
Curious
good
what the
number.
numbers will be again at the other venues. Now that I think we've covered most of your questions about how VIP works, or at least how it worked at the first show, well, let's just talk about the gig itself, guys. How amazing just
Yes.
seeing the pictures and videos come in and people's talking about their experience on all the social media. I just wanted to start off by saying, hope you don't mind me saying this. Baptism, when Wilbur comes out and he's not playing the guitar, I think someone said he picks it up eventually in the song, perhaps. But the fact that for that song and maybe some other songs, he didn't have the guitar in his hands and he was more freely able to move about the stage and dance and sing instead of having to also play the guitar at the same time, that's brand new. Never saw that before. And that's exciting and freeing, I would imagine, for him.
It's fantastic. I love it. Just thinking back to when they did that Arctic Monkeys cover with Good Kid on stage and Will didn't have a guitar, all the
Oh,
jumping
right.
around he was doing, it was so great. And I loved seeing that last night. And oh my gosh, the set list. You guys, I thought there was no way they were going to play every song from the new album. I was like, there is zero chance. They played every song and they kept like the real like bangers in there. That set list is perfection.
It's perfect. It's so well crafted.
I'm gonna see Monochrome live is gonna like permanently change me.
Oh my God, Edge, we're gonna be crying
I
staring.
know.
Like a bunch of fools. I'm gonna hug you.
I'll bring the tissue box. We'll share it.
Okay. You know,
I'm so
going
sick.
back to my gig, but I just sat there trying to rack my brains, and I really honestly cannot remember whether he had a guitar for baptism or not. I think it was the fact that they came on and this whole new song was playing, and it was like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
you're
absolutely.
I've just been sat there whilst you're talking, and I really, really cannot think. But to hear, you are gonna love these. Hearing them live is different, and watching some of the video clips, you already know all the lyrics to all the songs. Whereas we all stood there and it's like baptism. Oh my God. So I had a totally different experience for baptism, but when they tour the UK, it's going to be a different experience again.
right. Oh, it's
Monochrome's
so good.
fantastic. Really wanted to give details in the last pod for that. It's all freaking fantastic. Everybody is going to
Oh
love
my
it.
gosh. A week
And
and a
Everybody's
day.
going to love it.
A week and a day, Lesley.
And they played Deathbox, which wasn't played at the London gig.
That's right.
I'm
Yes.
gutted. I don't know why,
Yeah, that's strange.
but maybe they wanted to save it for you Americans,
They love
the
us.
young Americans.
One last little surprise. Do you know?
Yeah.
I think so. Now that was really the first time playing the whole entire album live ever.
Oh.
Sorry, Dave. Sorry.
Sure.
You'll have your time in the sun next year, I'm sure.
They did a
Yeah,
fabulous
should do.
job of keeping the right songs in there too. I know, like, there's always songs that you're going to miss. I mean, obviously, you know, sex cells
Mhm.
and scum.
Perfume.
Yeah, they're always
Oh,
great. But
scum, yeah.
yeah, I know Scum
Yeah,
is so good
they
live, but man, they did a good job of keeping it, I think, just the right songs.
And it's how they blended it and
Yes. Yes.
arranged it is perfect,
It's
yeah.
beautiful. It is a thing of beauty.
Normal People things go so well with this album.
Mhm. And
Really, really
Concrete,
does.
like Us. It's just
Yeah.
one after the other after the other. No wonder they say Wilbur was like sweating to death by the end because it's just, and the audience, I'm sure, all that jumping around and dancing and screaming, yelling, like it's just going to be insane.
I didn't
Mm.
have a chance to compare last night's set list to a previous set list. I'm wondering about the length. It seemed like there might have last night's set list might have been a little bit longer than their normal set list.
I heard it was about an hour and a half show. So,
Perfect.
yeah.
Perfect. I have been hoping and praying. I'm like, okay, you guys, you've got a whole album now. You can, yeah, something like that. You've got a whole
That's
new
what
album.
we've been doing for the last year and a half, to be fair.
Right? I know, we never
I'm
stopped.
wishing and hoping.
It never ends. I mean, that's
You start this off, Dave. Don't ditch
that's
us now.
that's what you do as a love enjoyer, right? Oh my gosh, I'm so happy
Exactly.
about that. Dun, dun, dun.
The Baptism music video. Another brilliant work of art by Noisiac. And now we think this is the official third part of the trilogy we had heard they were working on for Lovejoy. Perhaps because this is the third out of the 4 videos that's produced by Noisiac. Dave,
That's
that's what you're
correct.
thinking, correct? Yes.
Yeah, that is correct. How did we all like it?
The Noisiacs knocked it out of the park, as usual. It's fantastic.
No surprise there.
Yeah, no surprise. And I love the messages that you can take out of it. There's so much to dissect here.
Mm-hmm.
Especially just like, I mean, take the album name, One Simple Trick. I mean, look at the videos that Mark and Ash are, you know, selling. It's pretty much a quick fix, right? One simple trick,
Yeah, they're
eternal
hacking
salvation, right?
these
You know?
VHS tapes that are
Yeah.
going to save your life.
Yeah, watch these videos, be saved. For a one-time donation of blah blah blah. They make it look so easy. And
No,
like
COD.
that's what society's all about these days, right? I mean, everybody wants a quick fix. Nobody wants to
It's true.
actually, you know, diet or exercise or, you know, work at anything, which I mean, I get it. I'm guilty of those things too, but we're all looking for that quick fix. And I feel like that's one of the themes running throughout this video.
Absolutely. I love this suit. I mean, I obviously made the little Lego figure of him, but love the retroness of this, the feel. To me, it felt like it was recorded on film.
Yeah.
With an old camera. Obviously, it's done behind the scenes and all that lot, but it had that look about it, and I loved that. I thought it was absolutely fabulous.
The makeup, the costume, Wilbur just soaked that character up. The rings, all the details.
And that look.
That look was amazing, wasn't it?
Scary as, but
Yeah.
that look, brilliant. How they, whether that was deliberate or whether that was not deliberate as such, whether that was like an accidental look and they've thought, oh my God, leave that in, who knows? Brilliant.
Props to whoever dug that Jimmy Baker velvet blue suit and pink tie out of the closet. Oh my God. It's love it. Paired with the
and
wig
I was
and
thinking
that.
about
Yeah.
Jim and Tammy Faye Baker, were famous American evangelists from the, I think in the 70s. They were just characters, and Jimmy Swaggart, you could all Google this, or as my dad would say, look it up in your Funkin' Wagnalls. I was actually doing a little bit of wiki research on these guys, Jim and Tammy Faye Baker, today. And the funny thing I discovered was in the 1960s, they hosted a puppet show series. So remember the line in the song? Angie could say it. Well, yeah. The Common Touch music video had the puppets.
Yeah,
with
the puppets.
the eyeballs on their hands.
Yeah, those silly little
and
puppets.
There's also the SHIT puppet show.
Everything's a circus or a shit puppet show.
a circus or yeah. And then they also had Jimmy Swaggart, who also has that look like Wilbur does in this music video. He had a Christian theme park that closed
that's
down. So that reminded me when they
right.
said circus.
That's
So
right. I forgot about that. Oh my gosh.
so that like I feel like all these like references are sort of incorporated in the song and in the music video. It's so well thought out and it's so perfect. And you know, I remember Yusef bringing up the people like going into the darkness or coming out of the darkness with pay and display when they're going in and out of the elevator. It's like the same thing happens in this music video, right? The people come out of the black, out of the dark to Pastor Gold seeking salvation. And I thought,
Yeah.
there you go. There's some of that imagery again. So they all really seem to connect, tie together, regardless if it's a trilogy, quadrilogy, whatever you want to call it. They all seem to be from the same universe, so to speak.
I wonder how many Jim and Tammy Faye and Jimmy Swaggart videos they watched to prep for this video. It's wow, that's something to think about.
And should we get into the song itself and some of the lyricism? Because I feel like there's things that tie into this character in the music video, but I feel like, and I don't know if this is always just something maybe me and Angie do, where we tie this to real world, real life scenarios in Will's life that maybe inspired writing the lyrics to the song. Did anyone else feel that way? Because I have my own sort of interpretation of that or what I think perhaps maybe inspired even all this whole entire theme carried throughout
I know you've
this
got
album.
a theory on this, so I'll let you run with that. For me, and I totally agree with yours too, but it almost feels like something that everybody can relate to. It seems like the video and the song is all about like this huge internal conflict. Like we all feel pressure to conform to, societal standards or what we think we should be, this perfect image or whatever. I think throughout the video you see him, he looks in the mirror. I see my reflection and I don't see myself. At first he's looking in the mirror. You could tell he likes what he sees, right? He's adjusting his wig and giving
Right.
himself little looks. But then as it gets further and further through the video, he's looking at himself in the mirror and he's making these weird faces and he's looking distressed. And, towards the end, obviously his health is starting to become an issue, which some might say that heart attack at the end is maybe divine intervention or the ultimate payback. But I think it says a lot about society in general and how we feel that we have to present ourselves, and more or less a general comment on people who will exploit other people for greed and money and fame. I think there's a lot of that in there. Yeah. What you got, Lesley?
I couldn't help but think about just over this last year and a half of running these accounts and seeing so many young fans say that Wilbur saved them. That if it weren't for him or his music or his streams, that who knows where they would be now. And I have to imagine that feels like a lot of pressure or a lot of like, that feels kind of like, it's like, how would you take that, right? Like that wasn't his intention, but I'm sure he hears that a lot or reads that a lot. And yeah, it's, do you living up to the expectations of your followers? And I think that's sort of seen in this music video, but then that facade starts to crack. But I also think about, the break that the band had, and Wilbur has said himself that there was a period of time where he was in a ward to try to work on his mental health. When he says getting out of the hospital, staying insane, see my reflection, don't see myself, see someone else, he was a little lost for a bit. He wasn't feeling like himself. And glad to see that he's back and it almost seems, better than ever. But perhaps with the time when he wrote this, or he's reflecting on a time when he felt like this, is what inspired these lyrics, perhaps. So that was just sort of my getting psychological about it all. And yeah, that's what I got. And, the promising health, wealth, and happiness is sort of like, that's what everybody seeks and people are wanting. And like you said, Ange, and so that this character is promising those things. And at the end of the day, that's what we're looking for. And also when he says, There's a line about you're saying I need this. Can I disagree or something to that effect? I'm wondering if at a time when he was feeling at his lowest, and it might not be specific to Wilbur, it may just be humans in general. Oftentimes when people are like in prison or something, they find God or find religion or they're just down and out. People will suggest, why don't you go to church? Maybe you need God in your life and that can help you. And I wonder if there's someone in Wilbur's life that suggested, get to church, you used to go when you were younger, or it helped me, maybe it can help you. And that could be part of this inspiration as well for this song and this album.
Those are all super good observations. I really like how you related it to him and these people, that have said, you saved me, because he's only human, and we
you saved me, but I am not your savior.
Right. Yeah, totally. And talking about the whole, you always baptize a little too roughly, there's blood in the water. Whatever change is happening here throughout the character in this song, like, it's hard. This is not change that feels good. It's rough. It's making them bleed. It hurts.
Yeah. Right.
So
it isn't one simple trick.
No.
At the end of the day.
Not at all.
Dave, anything else to add, or did you get a spiritual?
No, what I was going to add was, I don't need to do this because you two have the most wonderful. It is. I sit there and I'm thinking, yes, I can see that. Yes, I can see that.
Oh,
I've just written down a bit about Joe.
Or cataract eyes or blind eyes. I don't know.
Demon eyes.
Oh.
Because I wondered whether he got possessed.
That's what I'm thinking. Yes, I think you're right.
I was thinking he was like ill, but you're saying possessed, so it was almost like an exorcism was happening. There you go, Dave. You got it.
Dave, I think you're on to something.
Who knows? I've been watching too much paranormal TV lately, so everything's possessed.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, the video, absolutely loved it. I love how every single video just goes on to the next one. And honest to God, I want the Noisiac Boys to do the whole album.
I wish.
Oh gosh, wouldn't that be
what I mean?
Great.
Include Elodie in that, because I know she was part of the IDK, and I also know she's part of Noisiac.
And directed Common Touch.
Yeah, absolutely. But how good would it be to have the whole album? Maybe on a DVD.
Yeah, to me, it's like a rock opera. Like, to me, the whole story told through the songs.
Totally.
I'd absolutely love to see that, and big up to the boys. Am I right in thinking that, do you know what, I really couldn't find it. There was an article about them, and it said at the very bottom about they're done with the 3 videos for now.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. And we got very excited about the words "for now."
So we're going to read into those 2 words, just so you know, guys. We're hanging on those 2 words.
We all are. We all are.
There's no definites in Lovejoy, only hopes.
For now.
Love that.
So yeah, I would absolutely love to see this whole story continued.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. And we just love Joe's screaming, singing in that. And
it's so good.
When I was rewatching, for homework this morning, I watched the baptism video like 5 times. How they filmed it so it looks like Joe's rising up.
Oh.
Like it really looks like he's rising up above Wilbur. And Wilbur's like reaching up to him. Like it's so effective. However they did that with lighting and angles, it really works.
It's quite simple to do, realistically.
Just make someone levitate.
Yeah. The chokehold. Yeah. Up he goes.
You're going to need to recreate that with Legos if it's so easy, mister.
What, are them looking up? Joe looking up?
Not just looking up. It looked like he was floating up.
Yeah.
It looks like he's levitating.
Yeah.
He's only doing a pull-up, isn't he? And they just film his feet.
All right, we're cutting this out because it's a little disparaging.
Okay. And then when Will looks at him, he's just stood on a milk crate.
That's what I'm saying. It's so easy to record that. Do some stop
Yeah.
motion animation with your Legos and recreate that scene for me, please. And I need a
Okay.
Lego that looks like Joe with those crazy eyes.
Yeah,
Do you know what?
we need the eyeballs.
I know I think there's a couple of Marvel ones, but I've got a feeling they're a different colour. I'll have to look at the zombie ones I've got. Yeah, I know I put the Lego figure up, and a couple of people said, but it's yellow. It needs to be darker. I just
Please.
want to work in yellow because when I start getting into skin tones, it's all different. So I just wanted
that it is yellow because it's yellow.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Man, people that just never be satisfied.
Mm-mm.
Well,
Never.
on that note, I think we want to keep this a shorter episode, a more fun size, snack size episode, if you will. By this time next week, I will be in Chicago with Angie.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Getting ready for our show, our first show of the One Simple tour.
Can't wait.
How Simple is Chicago.
I appreciate you can't wait, but I am so glad there's a 6-hour time difference because I'm going to be in bed and you lot are going to be in the queue and I'm going to be asleep. So I'm not going to get beep, beep, beep every 5 seconds. Look at this. Look at this.
How do you not wake up to have a Jimmy and not look at your phone?
Yeah, right? Don't worry. We'll be messaging you anyway. We don't care if
I
you're
know you
sleeping
will. And I shall look forward to reading it all in the morning.
Well, on that note, thanks for listening today. Send us any more questions about gigs or things that you want to cover. And let's leave you with a couple of quick tips for concert etiquette for those whose first show this may be.
Are you listening, Angie?
Why? Are you saying that I have bad concert etiquette, Dave?
Not
Yes.
at all.
No, not at all. She's our mama that speaks out and scolds us if we do. No.
Oh, yeah.
We have we have simple tricks for being a good love enjoyer at a gig.
Yeah.
We should just call it that, right?
I think that's perfect.
So let's see. Don't throw things on the stage.
Don't throw
bras,
things.
stuffed animals, bracelets, or otherwise.
Underpants. No.
Yeah.
Tomatoes.
Keep your underpants
Roses.
on. Yes, that's a good tip.
Let's see. Don't try not to push and shove. Be courteous. Obviously, if we're all jumping and bouncing around you, it's inevitable you're going to knock into someone. But, give each other, give a smile like, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
If you can. Screaming, yelling at the band members when they're speaking to the audience on stage is not enjoyable for those around you because we want to hear them speak.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. I want to hear what they're saying, not someone next to me going, well, I love you.
Or 6, 7. Anyway.
None of that.
That might be just an American thing. I don't know if we had this discussion already.
No. It's all over this weekend.
Oh, okay.
6, 7.
Oh.
Watching Strictly Come Dancing.
Okay.
And they were giving out scores. 6, 7, 6, 7. So we're all sat there going, 6, 7, 6, 7.
No.
If you want to say that during your little private 2-minute meet and greet time to Wilbur, have at it. But anyway, I don't want to spend too much time on this. We've talked about etiquette before. I don't know if there's any other major things to address. Just being courteous is all to your fellow audience members and enjoy and soak up every minute. And that's all I got. We will talk about our show next time.
Yes. Have fun.
Thank you.
You've all been to the gigs before. You all know you're going to have fun. But you're all now going to hear these new songs.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
They're freaking brilliant. Enjoy.
And can't wait to see Angie and give her a hug in person.
I know. I'm so excited. I can't wait. Oh, one more thing, quick. If you are going to a show, make sure you drink lots of water throughout the day and eat a decent meal a couple hours before you go in. When you're excited, it's easy to forget to drink your water and eat. So do those things because you don't want to pass out inside because then you don't get to see the rest of the show and it's sad. So
and we've seen that happen.
Yes, we have. Yeah, it's sad. So
all right,
eat and drink.
Thanks, guys,
and have fun.
Till next time. Take care.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.